Yo, it's your boy Vegabomber, and welcome to Vegabomber Land. Alright, since this is the last week of 2016, this is list week, and so I've already given you the best films of 2016 and the worst films of 2016, and now it's time for the third list to go forward. Let's talk about the most anticipated films of 2017. Now, the most anticipated films of 2017 are films that I'm excited by either good trailers or some ministry knowledge reading off a website saying that this film is coming out, or because I just kind of follow this series and can't wait to see the conclusion of it. So that's kind of the criteria for some of these things, why they showed up, some of these films for why they showed up on this list. But again, the main thing is these are the movies I just can't wait to see next year. So let's just jump into it. At number 10, King Arthur, The Legend of the Sword. Now, this is a film directed by Guy Ritchie, and I tend to like the Guy Ritchie films. I think he's very imaginative in the way he shoots, the scope, the tone, the colors, the palettes that he uses are excellent for film, and so for this, I definitely want to see this. Plus, we just haven't had a good feudal type movie, a good sword and sandal type movie in a while since probably 300. The last couple of ones that have come out were pretty weak, so I want to see this, the old school style fisticuffs, where it was all about your chainmail and your sword, and whether you had the nerve to just, I don't know, pull a sword out of a rock. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I want to see. So this film, King Arthur, The Legend of the Sword, is definitely on my list of anticipated films, and it's at number 10. Now, you can't do an anticipated film list without a superhero movie, because now that we're going to get about 5 or 6 superhero movies a year, this is just going to happen. And so a lot of those films right now, probably the one I'm anticipating seeing is Spider-Man. And that's rare for me because I'm not a really big Spider-Man fan. In fact, we've already had 5 Spider-Man films, so I'm kind of done with them. But the way Tom Holland played this character in Civil War, one of my favorite films of last year, or 2016, it kind of gave me hope for it. And then the trailer actually was pretty good too. So I got to put it in there. I'm going to say, even though I'm kind of reluctant at first, I'm a believer and I want to see this SpiderMan Homecoming film based off of the trailer itself and Tom Holland. And at number 8, Wonder Woman. That's right, I'm sticking with the superhero theme at this moment. I want to see Wonder Woman because I do want to see a female superhero that's the lead character in one of these films, because it'd be a different take. It'd be something different to see. And by gosh, Wonder Woman does kick as much booty as the rest of them, so let's just see it. So let's get on with that already. So I definitely want to see Wonder Woman this year. It's an anticipated film for me. And I would say this is one area where Warner Brothers did beat Marvel to the punch, because Marvel is going to wait till next year to put out Captain Marvel, which is also another film that I want to see, but I'll tap the brakes on that because that'll be most anticipated for 2018. But for now, Wonder Woman at number 8. Number 7 is Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner, that's pretty much all I got to say. This first film, when it came out, was a seminal film. It just changed the way films were shot and made. I loved it. Harrison Ford was awesome in this film, and so I don't know if he'll be in it now. I don't know a whole lot about it. I just know that I saw it on the docket as one of the films coming out, and I said, oh yeah, I have much interest in that film. So definitely Blade Runner is a film that I'm anticipating, and it's at number 7. And at number 6, it's The $6 Billion Man. Now, this goes back to an old TV show called The $6 Million Man, so I'm glad they adjusted for inflation and made it The $6 Billion Man. Now, this TV show came on back in 1974. It was the closest you were going to get to seeing a superhero-type person on film every day or on TV every day. And so Colonel Steve Austin was my fave. And by the way, it's a debate. I think he could, outrun Flash in a foot race. That's just how bionic he was. Well, at least for a kid in the 70s watching The $6 Billion Man, or actually The $6 Million Man, you were pretty excited because he was the closest thing you could get to a superhero back then. And by now, when we need some new ideas, why not go back to this? I'd rather see this than another version of the A-Team. I'm just saying. Now we're in the top 5, which means that these films are definitely a little bit more anticipated than the bottom 5, but nonetheless, definitely still anticipated and still want to see them badly. And number 5 is the Justice League. So that's based off of the Super Friend TV show I used to watch on Saturday mornings. But then, of course, there was a better animated version of this called the Justice League, and then I think the JLA that was on TV for a while, and I loved that too. I loved the characters. I loved Hawkgirl and then Green Lantern, which was at this point John Stewart. So to me, to see this on the live screen, yeah, I'm down for that. Besides, I need to see something different than the Avengers, and if Warner Brothers is going to come true with their thought of bringing more gritty realism to it, then great. It's about time, because I think with Marvel right now, we've seen that formula, so now we need something that goes against the grain, and maybe Justice League will do just that. So because of that, number 5. And at number 4 is Star Wars Episode 8. Yes, not number 1, but number 4. I'm tapping the brakes. Episode 7 left a lot of holes, and so Episode 8, pressure's on you. Rian Johnson, you're going to have to bring this through because there's a lot we didn't learn in Episode 7. While we were enjoying the film for all of its cuts and its witty banter, we did lose some things because it did end up just being a reboot of Episode 4, and you can't get around that. Doesn't mean it wasn't fun, didn't have fun moments, but what I hope for Episode 8 is this is not a reboot of Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back, because that would be really lame. So, because of this and not knowing, at number 4, Star Wars Episode 8. Okay, so now we're at the top 3. These are the films that I really can't wait to see in 2017. Now, those others I listed, yeah, I'm interested in them, but these, no, I'll be there opening night when these come out. And number 3 is Dunkirk. So I love these films about World War II and a drama and action in them. If this film is as good as Hacksaw Ridge was this year, or Saving Private Ryan, or any of the other good slew of World War II films we've gotten, then this will be a welcome addition to the family. So I want to see this. Most people don't really remember this one very much, this part of the story, but it's like, what do you do when the Allied forces, which is Belgium, Britain, and France, are pinned down by the Germans on the beach? So this is a whole completely different setting, and yeah, I want to see it. And by the way, it's Christopher Nolan. So he's already put one good trilogy in the books with Batman, and already did a couple of great movies starting with the letter I, Inception, Interstellar. So yeah, I think he'll do it with this one as well. And so number 3, definitely Dunkirk. And at number 2 is Alien Covenant. I think that's what they're calling it now. So definitely I want to see this film, because Ridley Scott did a good job when he put this together originally, and I think now to see the adaptation of this after seeing something like Prometheus, which I wasn't a big fan of, but for this story to go back and revisit this, reboot this, or however you're going to do it, it's worth it because it's one of the best. And so, yeah, Alien. Who didn't like Alien? And then Aliens. Some would argue that Aliens was better than Alien. So, again, at this point, this one's batting 1,000. We just need to see the third one. So bring it. Bring it, Ridley Scott. And now, without any further hesitation with honorable mentions or things like that, let me tell you the number 1 movie I'm looking forward to seeing next year. That film is War of the Planet of the Apes. Now, what you may not know is that Rise was really good. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes was even better. So if this one goes all out, this could be simply a trilogy that can fit right into the conversation of best trilogies of all time. Up there with Batman, up there you might even say Avengers, and definitely Star Wars. But this one quietly is going along and brought some great performances all the way around. And the CGI and the motion capture is just, it's unmatched. It's unparalleled. So we got to see this. And Andy Serkis, come on. He's killed it every time he's done some mocap. At some point, people are waiting to see him in non-mocap to do something. So, but at this point, this film is the greatest. If you did not see Rise, go see it. If you definitely didn't see Dawn, you better go watch that, so you can understand where we're going here. And then go watch the trailer for 3, and you'll see why the hype is well-deserved and why this film is the most anticipated, at least by me, Vegabomber. All right, that's enough of me talking. I'll meet you down in the comments section. Let me know, which movies are you anticipating for 2017? By the way, if you like this video, go ahead and like this video. And if you haven't, for some reason, subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. And I'll make sure you keep getting the content that you love, like, and want to see. And hopefully this is like one of the most anticipated videos is this list. So either way, take care of that, and I'll take care of you. Anyway, it's your boy Vegabomber, and I'm out. You! Because it's always about explosions and Vegabomber, right?